Hello everyone. I hope I am audible. My screen is visible. I'm trying to just realign my OneNote so that I'm able to draw something when I'm solving the test. So just give me a second. I think, yeah. All right. So, okay, by till the time this gets fixed, all right, never mind. So we'll just do the live solving today for the SimSNAP 101, as I had mentioned earlier. And just give me a second. So we'll be solving the SimSNAP 101 today. That's what we had planned for. And we'll try to see what exactly does the test look like, what all strategies can you follow, can you implement, and how exactly to analyze that particular test, right? So that is basically the agenda for the day today. Fairly straightforward. I have done this many times. I have done SimCATs, SimZATs, SimNMATs, SimCETs, right? So Snap is something that I'm trying for the first time. Honestly speaking, I have not taken the Snap since 2017, I believe. Right, so it's been some time since I have taken an actual Snap test. I have not taken a Snap mock as well, so this format is extremely new to me. So I think it will be a very raw experience, so to say. And based on that, I think you will be able to get a lot of insights as well from your side as to how exactly to face these kind of tests with minimal preparation, right? So that is what we'll be doing today. Now, from what I have gathered, so I just went through the past few years analysis of the Snap. And Snap 2020 was fairly easy. It was fairly straightforward. I think that was the first year when Snap went along that 60 minutes, 60 questions kind of a shootout. So that's what happened that year. Last couple of years, it has been moderate to difficult, you can say. I would not say very difficult, but the estimated cutoffs have been somewhere around 70% of the total marks, right? So 42 marks in 60 minutes is sort of the benchmark that we have. Uh, Again, I'm sure people get 45, 46, and so on. So that is what we are more or less expected to get if you are a very well prepared candidate. Right? So that's basically what I'll be trying today as well. But the point is, there are three sections, no time limits as such. You can nicely move around between sections, is what I believe. Right. So that is basically what it looks like. And of course, at the end of the day, if you look at the strategy and everything, again, it depends on how you are solving it. So verbal ability, I don't think will take a lot of time. It should not take more than 10 to 12 minutes is what I believe. Should not take more than that, considering that it's mostly going to be in that arena wherein either you know it or you don't know it, right? So it's more or less like that from what I have observed, from what I have gathered through the analysis of the actual snaps as well. DI, DS, QA, that section is supposedly slightly on the moderate-ish side. Again, people have come to terms with being expectant of getting a trigonometry question here and there and those kind of things. But after CAT 2023, I don't think any quant is going to surprise any of us now, right? So that is that bit. And in terms of logical reasoning, we will see a lot of new question types, is what I believe. So there will be questions that are based on sequential input and output, coding and decoding. Alphanumeric series is something you might get, analogies, verbal reasoning. So all those kind of things, maybe a visual reasoning question thrown here and there, right? So I don't know what exactly are the contents of this test or what is the syllabus, so to say, of the SNAP. But then again, based on my understanding of past year's papers and CET and everything, I think that is what we should more or less expect in terms of what can appear at the actual test, right? So that is what we will be expecting. So we'll just start with the test. As we look at the tab wherein we will be seeing the split and everything, that will give us more clarity on what our strategy should be. So I'll formulate a strategy beforehand and then we will start with the test, right? So I've just uh, opened the test window. Yeah, so I think, yeah, should be visible. The resolution is not a problem, so that is fine. The only thing is I might not be able to look at the timer frequently, so that is, it's fine, it's okay, it's not a problem. right? So in this case, general instructions, it's fairly straightforward. So general English, RC, VA, VR, all those things will contribute to 15 questions, 1 mark per question, 15 marks in total. That is fine. Analytical, logical reasoning, 25 questions, 25 marks. QA, DI, DS, 20 minutes, 20 questions, 20 marks. That's what it looks like. Now, typically, these 15 questions should be done in roughly 10 to 12 minutes max. So if there are very complicated or there is a very complicated RC, then maybe 12 minutes. But typically not beyond 10 minutes is what I would get into this section, because this is where we will save time that we can invest on other sections. Analytical, logical reasoning, I'm assuming that roughly 10 questions will be the ones which we will be able to solve within a minute. That is more or less the target. The remaining 15 questions, be it in the form of a set or be it in the form of a caselet or slightly longer questions, we might take more than a minute, minute and a half kind of a thing. So minute and a half for 15 questions, roughly 22-ish minutes, and under a minute for 10 questions. Another, you can say, 7 to 8 minutes. So 30 minutes is what we can account for analytical logical reasoning. So 30, 10, 40, the remaining 20 minutes on quantitative DI. That is more or less the plan. Of course, if everything goes to plan, then we will solve everything, but we'll try to solve as many questions as we can. If I'm going to take a half guess, I will tell you that I'm going to take a half guess. And what are the probable answers that are there. So I'll try to commentate on the entire SimSNAP as much as possible. Two disclaimers. One, very straightforward. As I mentioned, I have not taken SNAP in the near past. I have not experienced the actual SNAP. I know what the SNAP looks like more or less, but the actual SNAP I have not sat for the test. So that is one thing. I might not really have the most optimum strategy, so to say, but we will figure it out as we go along. And of course, during analysis, we will get to know more about what should have been, what exactly could have been the case, right? So that is one thing. The second thing is purely in terms of talking and solving, right? So one thing is during a CAT mock or a ZAT mock or an NMAT, which is a 2 hour or 2 hours, 45 minutes kind of a test, 165 minutes kind of a test. Up there, it's okay to talk throughout the test. Maybe you will end up spending 2 or 3 minutes more than what you would have done in an actual test. That is fine. But in a 60 minutes, 60 questions kind of a shootout, it's very difficult to explain each and every question as we are solving. So there might be some situations wherein I will take some leap of faith or I will skip a couple of steps here and there. So please don't mind that. I'll try to discuss if there is something interesting. I'll try to discuss it when we are analyzing the test. So do stay tuned after this 1 hour as well. I hope you are not doing anything important at 9, because then we will be discussing strategies, what went wrong, which questions I could have managed better. So those kind of things we will try to discuss in the last 10-15 minutes of the session, right? So we'll start the test. Again, in terms of how I'm going to go about the test, which section will I do first? So I'll try to go for quant first. That is basically my strength. So I'll try to do quant first, then I'll go for logical reasoning, then we will go for English. So that is the order that I have in mind. Having said that, if I see a very tempting question upfront, then I might go for it. So let's see. So we'll start with quant. We'll try to start with quant. Yeah. So we'll start with the quantitability section. So a shopkeeper has 80 liters of milk. He makes a profit of 25% by selling 1 liter of milk at 15 rupees. All right. Okay. So basically 12 rupees is the cost price. So CP is 12. Okay. I'll just try to see if I can reduce the thickness. Okay. This is better, I believe. All right. So CP is 12 is what we know. Has 80 liters of milk. Doesn't matter how much water should he mix in the milk so as to increase his profit to 30% if he plans to sell the milk water mixture at 15 rupees per liter. Right. So CP is 12. 15 rupees per liter is what he is planning to sell it at, and increases profit to 30%. So from 12, the profit should increase by 30%. It should be 3.6. So 15.6 rupees per liter is what he should charge, but he's charging 15 rupees per liter. So how much water should he mix in the milk? Okay, so 0.6 over 15 into 100. I'll go for 60 by 15. So 4% is basically what he should increase it by. So 4% of 80, I believe, is 3.2. So maybe I'll go with this one. Slightly rusty, not very sure of the answer, but I hope it's right. A sequence is that the difference between successive terms forms an arithmetic progression. Okay, then the nth term is given by. All right, so let's go for a normal progression. Let's see. So this is an arithmetic progression, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I have another progression. So common difference here is 4. Let's say 4 plus 2, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 4, 13. So this is the one. So the fifth term of the sequence is given by, okay, n square plus n plus 2 by 2, n square plus 2n plus 2 by 4, n into n minus 1, and all of these. Okay, I think there should be, everything should be possible because we don't know what the nature of this one is, but let's see what happens. So in this particular case, I am saying the fifth term, pi square 25 plus 530 plus 2 by 2 should be 16 according to the first option. Doesn't look like it. 5 square 25 plus 1035 plus 237 by 4 doesn't look like it. N into n minus 1, 5 into 5 minus 1, 5 into 4 is 20. So 5 again will become 18 here, right? So sixth term will become 18. All right, not sure of this. Let me see if I can come back to it later. A regular hexagonal cylinder has perimeter, hexagonal cylinder has perimeter of its base as 1200. So 200 is the side length and the height is equal to 100 centimeter. Yeah. So this formula is 3 root 3 by 2 into side square. So 200 into 200, that is the area of the base into height, right? So we are talking in terms of cubic centimeter. So let's see what happens. So this is 100. So I will have 200. 3s are 6 root 3 0 0 0 0 0 0, right? So 6 root 3 into whatever 1 million. So 1.732 into 6, 2s are 12, 6 these are 18, 119, 6 7 are 42, 43, 6 1 are 6, 7 and 9 10, 10392. So 10.392, so 10392 So yeah, I think I missed out on something. 3 root 3 by 2 into perimeter of its base as 1200, height is 100 centimeters, so 200 200. Yeah, so it looks like this one. So I think it's going to be 6 into 103. Yeah, it looks like 103 something something. So I don't think any of these is the answer. So none of these, maybe I'll go for it. Let's see. Smallest three-digit number when divided by 2 gives remainder 1. So the number should be in the form of 2a plus 1, 3b plus 2, 4c plus 3, 5d plus 4, or you can say minus 1 in each case. So 2, 3, 4, 5, the LCM will be 5 4s are 20, 3s are 60, I believe. So 60k minus 1 should be the form. So smallest three-digit positive integer, I think it's 119, I believe. Yeah. So 119 divided by 2 will give remainder 1, divided by 3 will give remainder 2, plus 1 is remainder, plus 4 will give me, plus 1 will give me divisible by 4, and plus 1 will be divisible by 5. Yeah, this seems to be the right answer. In a bag, there are 6 white, 4 black, and 5 yellow balls. 3 balls are taken at random from the bag. What is the probability? Not all of them are of the same color. Okay, not all of them are of the same color. So I will do 1 minus all of them being of the same color. So 6c3, which will be 20, plus 4c3, which will be 4, 5c3 will be 10, divided by 6, 4, 10, 5, 15, c3, 15 into 14 into 13 by 6, 2, 7, 3, 5, 15, 35 into 13, so 350 and 105, 455 should be my base. Seems right. 455 minus 34, which will be 421 by 455. Seems to be the right answer, especially because we are getting it. Let's see. Newspaper A costs 4 rupees from Mondays to Saturdays and 7 on Sundays. If and whatever 5 Mondays to 550 on the depending days, 30 days, 4 Saturdays and 4 Sundays. Okay, so a month had 4 Saturdays and 4 Sundays. Okay, let's see. So 4 Saturdays, 4 Sundays, and so 8 days, and which 30 days ka month hai? So 22 weekdays. That's what we have here, right? So 4 Saturdays in case of newspaper A and that of newspaper. Yeah, fair enough. So Saturdays will be 4 4s are 16 and 22 4s are 88, and Sundays will be 7 4s are 28. In this case, 5 from Monday to Friday. So 5 into 22 is 110. 5.5 into 4, so 22 and 22 here. So 88 and 16 is 104. 132 divided by 154. 22 sixes are 22 sevens are 6 is to 7 is what I believe. So should be right. Okay, there's a pie chart. More than 20% of the students. Okay, I have some difficulty looking at this one. Pie chart shows the number of students in different specializations. Okay, there is number of specializations, so taken up by more than 20% of the students. So let's see what the total is. 72 and 18 is 90, 90, 198, 270, 270 and 90. So 360 in total. 360 ka 20% is 72. How many were taken by more than 72? So finance is 1. That's it, just 1. No, nobody else is more than 72. a 54 students specialized in HR. Okay. Number of students in okay, what do they mean when they say 54 students specialized in HR? How many more students specialized in systems than in operations? This is the number of students, different specializations in a 2-year MBA program, right? So it seems like what we are interested in. Let's see, if 54 students are interested in HR. So again, acha, this is 360 degrees, I believe. All right. Okay, makes sense. I think this should be degrees. So let's see, if 54 students in HR, so 150. So basically we're talking about 150 students in total because 36 corresponds to 54. So 1.5 se multiply hoga or 540, I think 540 students in total. Yeah. How many students specialized? More students in systems than in operations. System 72, operations 54. So 18 degrees more. 18 by 360, which is 5%. 5% of 540 will be 27, I believe. Yeah, would be right. Let's see. A finishes a particular job in 6 days. B finishes the same job in 9 days. They work together to finish a particular job, but A had to leave after 2 days. Fair enough. So 6 and 9, right? So let's say 18 units. Hai. A does 3 units per day. B does 2 units per day. They both work together to finish the job. So 3 plus 2, 5 units. 5 units are done in 2 days. So 10 ho gaye. 8 units are left. 4 days are there. How long will it take to B to finish the remaining job alone? So remaining job ke liye 4 days is what B will require. In total, it will require 6 days, but it doesn't matter. Log of 3x plus 1 to the base 10 plus 1 is log of 5x, and find x. Okay, we'll have to do it because there is no option with a denominator 15 or something. I thought it would have made our life easier. Let's see. So log of, I'll just write it, 3x minus 1 plus log 10 to the base 10 equals log 5x. So 30x minus 10 is equal to 5x. So I will be able to say that 25x is 10, x equals 2 by 5. So I think it should be right. If I put x equal to 2 by 5 here, I'll get 6 by 5 minus 4, which is a positive number. So we are fine. Product of two numbers such that each of the two numbers is 1/8 of 1/12 of 576. Yeah. 1/8 of 1/12 of 576. 12 eights are 96, I believe. 96 sixes are 576. Yeah. So 6 is what we have here. Each of the two numbers is 6. So 6 sixes are 36. That's what we have here. Let's see. Average of 80 bags containing either rice or wheat, but not both, is 56 kg. So 80 into 56 is the total. If the average weight of a rice bag is 60 kg and the average weight of a wheat bag is 50 kg, how many bags of wheat are there? All right, so 60 and 50, average is 56. If we use alligation, we'll get 6 is to 4, so 3 is to 2. 80 divided into 5 parts, 16 threes are 48, 16 twos are 32. So 60 wala part is rice bag, so rice bag is 48, wheat bags are 32. Let's see. Two regular polygons have their total number of sides in the ratio 5 is to 3. The difference between the measure of the exterior angles is 8 degrees. How many sides do the polygons have? Okay, so one thing I can do is I can just figure out the value from the options and do it. So that is what I'm thinking about. Otherwise, there is another way of doing this. So 360 by, okay, 360 by 5x is the measure of each exterior angle. So whatever happens, the exterior angle will add to 360 degrees from what I remember. So 360 by 5x will be the measure of each exterior angle here. 360 by 3x will be the measure of each exterior angle here. The difference is 8 degrees. So 120, 572. So 48 equals 8x. 8 sixes are 48. X is 6. So 6 5 are 36. 3 are 18. 30 and 18 is what I think is the answer. An 8-digit telephone number consists of exactly 2 zeros. One of the digits is repeated thrice. So we have X, 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 2 zeros. If the first 3 digits from left to right are 9, 8, 7, then how many telephone numbers are possible having only 19, 18, and 17? Yeah. So I have 3 X's, 3 O's, and 8-digit number. So 3 provides 7, 8. Okay. So I will have these numbers. 987 is not possible here. So these can be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, right? One of these two. And exactly 2 zeros are there. So yeah, right? So one of these numbers can be chosen in 6 ways. Multiplied by 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial accounting for the repetition. So 5, see 3, 10, 6s are 60. I believe 60 is my answer. Let's see. Due to inflation, the price of rice increased from 20 rupees per kg to 25 rupees per kg. By what percentage does Kavita need to decrease her consumption? Yeah, so price increases, price becomes 5 by 4 of original price. This should become 4 by 5 of original price. So it should reduce by 1 by 5 or 20%. So decrease consumption by 20%. You can also do it using numbers as well. Let's say she had 100 rupees. So earlier she used to buy 5 kgs of rice. Now she's buying 4 kgs of rice. 1 by 5 is the reduction or 20%. Even that is fine. Two unbiased dice are thrown simultaneously. Probability that the number is divisible by 4. So two unbiased dice are there, right? So the sum can vary from 1 till 12. Divisible by 4. So 4, 8, 12. 4 के लिए 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2 are the three possibilities that exist. For 8, it is 6, 2, 2, 6, 5, 3, 3, 5, 4, 4. These are the possibilities. For 12, it's only 1, 6, 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 divided by 36, I believe. Yeah. So 1 by 4, I think, should be the answer. Let's see. 1 by 4, right? Some of the two dice is divisible by 4. They are both distinct dice, unbiased dice, but distinct. Hai. So 1 to 12, 6, 6 or 36 outcome are possible. 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2 ही चलेगा और तो कुछ नहीं होगा. 6, 2, 2, 6, 5, 3, 3, 5, 4, 4 is fine. 6, 6. Yeah. So 1 by 4, I think, is the right answer. If the radius of the base of a cylinder is half, cylinder, right? So pi r square h. So half कर दिया. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 हो जाएगा. And height is doubled. The volume will decrease by 50%, become 50%. Okay. Sumit's present age is 5 years less than twice of Amit's age. Okay. 8 months hence. Now, so I am assuming, because the options have all divided by 3, I am assuming that Abid's age will be a nice number and 8 months hence will be plus 2 by 3. So इसके लिए वो random number आ रहा है. But let's see. Okay. Let's say Sumit's present age is less than twice that of 5 years less than twice that of Amit. So Amit का age, let's say, X है. ठीक है. X से we'll be able to figure out. Sumit का present age is 2x minus 5. 6 years ago, Sumit's age was 2x minus 11, and this was thrice of Amit's age. So 3 into x minus 6 is 2x minus 11. 3x minus 18 is 2x minus 11. So x will be equal to 18 minus 11, that is 7. So Amit is 7 years old plus 2 by 3 अगर करेंगे तो it will be 21 plus 2, 23 by 3. Yeah. Among the options, mostly it will be right unless there is some trap involved, in which case nobody can help us, right? A ball dropped from a height of 18 meters rebounds to 1/3 of the distance it falls. There's a shortcut to this one. If I remember correctly, it's 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1 into 18. So 4 by 2 into 18. 2 9s are 18, 4s are 36 is what I believe is the answer. There is a way of doing it in terms of GP as well. If we have time left, we'll do it. But for now, we will go for this. Let's see. So I think last question in this section. We haven't solved one question. We'll see if we can come back to it in this section itself. Maybe we'll come back to it at the end. A man takes 5 hours to row the boat upstream from point P to Q, 3 hours to row the boat downstream from Q to P. P to Q is 60 kilometers. What is the speed of the stream? Okay. So 60 upon boat. Okay, 5 hours, right? So boat plus stream will be 60 by 3, so 20 kilometers per hour. And boat minus stream will be 60 by 5, 12 kilometers per hour. I want to find the speed of the stream. I'll subtract. So 8 divided by 4, 4 होना चाहिए answer. I think 16 and 4 होना चाहिए answer. So stream is 4 kilometers per hour. Okay. I'll be very careful to not submit the test. Otherwise, all this will amount to nothing. So we'll not do that. We'll be very careful. So let's see. All right, a sequence is given such that the difference between successive terms forms an arithmetic progression when the nth term is given by. Okay. So it should be summation of summation. That is what I think. Second order, agar wo hai, second order is an AP, then what will happen? Now let's see if we can do something. Okay, let's say the term is A. Second term is A plus D. Third term is A plus 2D, and so on till the time I reach the nth term, A plus n minus 1 times D. Right? So the difference in this case is constant, but I need the difference to be an arithmetic progression. Right? So in this case, let me just change the progression a bit. So A is my first term. My next term is A plus D, let's say. My third term will become A plus 2D. My fourth term should not be 2D, right? What am I doing in this case? I'm going ahead by D. Then I should go ahead by 2D. So A plus 3D. then a plus 6d, then a plus 10d, and so on. So I will go ahead by a into n 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, right? So 5 into 4 by 2, n into n minus 1 by 2 times d. So that is what we are trying to say is the case. Difference between successive terms forms an arithmetic progression. So ये d है, ये 2d है, ये 3d है. So there is an arithmetic progression. Yeah, fair enough. So a plus n into n minus 1 by 2 into d. So if a and d are 1, let's say. So 1 plus n into n minus, I am very tempted to mark all of these here. So 2 plus n square minus n by 2. So n square minus n plus 2 by 2 is one option, but that is not there. Let's say a would have been 2 plus n into n minus 1 by 2. So 4 plus n square minus n by 2. So even that is not among the options. N square minus n by 2 can be an option. Okay, let me do one thing. What I'll do is I'll just use the options and form a progression and see what happens. So if n equal to 1, then the first term 1 plus 1 plus 2, option 1, let's say 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4 by 2 is 2 itself. So my first term will be 2, second term will be 2 square 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 2, 4. Third term will be 3 square 9 plus 3 square 9 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 14 by 2 is 7. This seems to be a good progression. 4 square 16, 16 plus 4, 20 plus 2, 22, 11. Yeah, this seems to be a good one. So 1 is definitely right. Second case के अंदर 1 plus 2 3 4 5 5 by 4. Don't think it might be an arithmetic progression. Let's see. Second term will be so 1 square plus 2 3, yeah, 5 by 4 is fine. 2 square 4, 4 plus 4 8 plus 2 10 by 4. Okay, let's see. Let's keep it as it is. Then 3 square 9, 9 plus 6 15, 17 by 4. So here I have a common difference of 5 by 4. I have a common 7 by 4. If it's 26 by 4, then I think we will have all of these as the answer. 4 square 16, 16 plus 24, 26 by 4. Yeah, I think even this is fine. So the gap is 5 by 4, 7 by 4, 9 by 4, and so on. So I think all of these will be right. Even this one I think will work, right? 1 into 1 minus 1 will be 0. 2 into 2 minus 1 will be 2. So we'll have 0, 2, 3 square, 3 into 3 minus 1 is 3 2s are 6. 4 into 3 is 12. Yeah, so again we are increasing 2, 4, 6 and so on. Yeah, fair enough. I think they should be fine. All right. Overall, I think I did a good job. Very happy with the performance. We have a lot of time left. Let's hope to get as many rights as we can. Okay. Okay. So we have this progression. So J is the 10th letter of the alphabet. H is the 8th. F is the 6th. So I think the number should the term should start with a D. Fair enough. 1 and 2 are the only live things that we have. 7 7 will be fine. 4 5 6 7 ho raha hai. Okay. So 4 is the second letter. 4 is the second term. 5 is the third term. 6 is the fourth term. Then third term. Then second. Then okay. So it's second, third, fourth, and then second, third, fourth. Yeah. So D7 seems fine. Z, then W, then T. So T, U, V, W, W, X, Y, Z. So 3 backwards, right? N, O, P, Q, and then R, S, T. So Q should be there. So it should be D7, Q something, and should be P, I'm assuming. So N, M, N, O, P. Yeah. So D7, Q, P should be my answer. So option 1, I believe, is right. Let's see. Okay. This seems to be slightly complicated. Let's see if there are more questions in this one. No, there are no questions, right? Let's see. Between 4 and 5 p.m., the hour hand and minute hand will coincide. Again, fairly straightforward. So at 4 p.m., the angle will be 120 degrees. These 120 degrees will be gained by the minute hand over the hour hand at a speed of 11 by 2 degrees per minute. So my answer is 240 by 11 minutes past 4. So 11 2s are 22, 20, 21, 9 by 11 is what I'm assuming. Yeah. So I think this is the answer. 21, 9 by 11. 11, 231, 240. Yeah. Seems right. Okay, net of a cube is shown. Correct figure of the cube formed by folding the net. Okay, so if I'm looking at this one, I will have this circle or concentric circles will have a star, a black dot, a rhombus, and the square with diagonals. So all those will be adjacent to this one. And yeah, it seems about right. This one seems right. What do we have to find out? Correct figure bola hai na? So this seems fine to me, honestly. Unless there is some orientation angle also involved. So then maybe this is wrong. Let's see. What about this one? These concentric circles and black circle is there. It is this. So they should be on consecutive sides, not on three intersecting sides, right? So one still seems fine. Triangle, circle, and the square with diagonals. So not triangle, sorry, star, circle, and square with diagonals. So star and square. So star and square will fit like this. Circle will be to the left of star and square. Should not be to the right. Right? I hope I'm not making a mistake in the orientation. So no, it should be on the. It should not be here. It should be on that side. I believe. Let's see. Again, star and this diagonals bit, and uske left side mein there should be a circle, not a rhombus. I think the first one is correct. Let's see. Missing number in the series: 3, 4, 6, 8, 12. So 3, 4 gap is 1, 6 gap is 2, 8 gap is 2, 12 gap is 4, something 18 and 20 gap is 2. Okay, so something I'm missing, I believe. Let's see what am I missing. Okay, so 3, 4, 6, 8, 12. Okay, so one logic I can think is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 17, 19. So all prime numbers, right? So this should be 13, I believe. So 13 plus 1, 14 should be my answer. Let's see if this is right. Again, let's check once. So 2 plus 1, 3 prime number, 3 plus 1, 4 prime number, 5 plus 1, 6, 7 plus 1, 8, 11 plus 1. Makes sense, right? Yeah, it makes sense. The gap seems to be prime numbers. Let's see. It was Thursday on 15th August 2019. Okay, I find it slightly difficult to do these questions. I'm very good at figuring out what day of the week it is. If you tell me a date, doomsday algorithm is something that I am very confident about. Let's see if I'm able to do it in both the weeks. Let's see. Now that we have time left, we can challenge ourselves a bit. Okay, let's not think too ahead of ourselves. All right, so doomsday is there. 15th August 2019, Thursday. Right, so 2020 it would have been +2 because it would have gone through a leap year. This is 2020. 2021 should have been another +1. 22 another +1. 23 another +1. 24 +2. 25 +1. 26 +1. 27 +1. 28 +2. And 29. Sorry. And 29 should have been +1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So +6. So I am saying Thursday +6, which will be Wednesday. So Wednesday will be 15th August 29. I am adding 16 more days. So this is the third day of the week. I am adding 16 days of August, 30 days of September, and 2 days of October. So 3 plus 16, 19 plus 30, 49 plus 2, 51. So 2 days. Second day, I think is Tuesday. Let's see. So I'll try to see doomsday algorithm as well. Let's see. So 2019, the century code is 2. The quotient when divided by 12 is 1. The remainder when divided by 12 is 7. The quotient when the remainder is divided by 4 is 1. So 4 is the doomsday of 2019. Yeah, 4 is the doomsday of 2019. I'll just check if this is right. If this is right, then I'll just find the doomsday of this and figure it out. Let's see if this is right. Doomsday was 4 of 2019, so 15th August should have been on a Thursday. Yeah, this is consistent. This is exactly the date where it was. So I think this should be fine. 2029 का directly देख लेते हैं. 2 is the century code. 29 when divided by 12 is quotient 2. Remainder 5. 5 when divided by 4 quotient 1. I am looking at 3 being the doomsday. So 10th of October will be Wednesday. 3rd of October will be Wednesday. 2nd October should be Tuesday. It's right. If I get this wrong, then I'll be very sad. Okay, let's see. How many unit cubes are there in the given solid? Okay, so let's see what happens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 here is what I have. Then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 is what I have. 19 plus 12, I have 31, and 31 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, 41, I believe. 31 plus 10, I'm not sure. So these two would have added to 10, right? So these two are 10. These 3, 3, 3, 19, 4, 4, 4. So 19 plus 12, 31. And then these 4 are visible, so 35, and 6 are not visible, so 41. I believe it's 5 minutes. Okay, sequential output might become painful here. Let's see. 51, 01, 20, 13, 23, 62, 35. Perfect. Final output is 62, 35, 51, 23, 13, 20, and 01. 62 I can understand, largest number. 51 hona chahiye tha, then 35 came, then 23 came, 13 came, 20 came. Okay, let's look at the first step. Let's see what happens. So 51 will go here, 1 will go here, 20, 13, 23, 62 will come here. 62 is the first term for some reason. Okay, one thing I can think about is sum of digits. So that seems to be consistent. So 62 is 8, 35 is 8, 51 is 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Yeah. So sum of digits with similar digits. If the sum is the same, then the larger number takes precedence. I think that is the logic. So 62 comes here, everything goes away. Now 62 ke baad I have 35. So 35 will come here, everything else will go forward. Perfect. Then I will have 51 as it is. But then 23 should come here and everything else should move. Yeah, perfect. I think I got it. Okay. So sum of digits is the logic here. So we have, I'll just write down 81, 63, 80, 53, 90, 52, 11. Right now, the largest sum of the digits is for 90. So 90 will come here, I believe. Yeah, 90 will come here. 81, 63, 80, 53, 52, 11. 90, 81 is fine. 63 is also fine. 80 is fine. 53 is fine. So second step will be my answer. Acha. None of these. I'm tempted to write none of these here because the logic seems to be fine. So 81, 63, everything is fine. 90 will come to the first place because it is the larger number and it has the largest sum of digits because it's 9, 9, 8, 8, 9, 7, 2. So fair enough. 90 comes here. 90 comes first spot पे. 81, 63 सब push हो गए. 81 is again 9, so it remains where it is. 9 again where it remains where it is. 80 is again the next one. 5 plus 3, 8, but it is less than 50. 5 plus 2, 7, less than 5 plus 3, 11. Yeah, I think it is right. Okay, just one question. I was very excited that I got it right. Let's see. So BXT. So 2, X24, T20, followed by G. G is 7, A1, OPQ 17, L is JK L12, 4, and N is 14. QGK, Q was 17, G 7, and K 11. So we can see a pattern, right? So ये तो 3 से पीछे जा रहा है. So this should be 8 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, so 10, and 7, 2, 7, 12, 17, 22. So T, U, V, J, and H. So VJH is my answer. Option 2, sorry. That should be my answer. Let's see. 8 friends are celebrating their admission. There are exactly 4 twin siblings among 8 friends in a restaurant. They are seated around a circular table. Okay, I think only this much is the data. Such that siblings are seated opposite to each other. Following points are observed about the seating. Let's see. I'm not very clear. Okay, one question. I will not spend time on this. At least when I have not seen half of the test. The clock has set the correct time at 12 noon. Currently time is 4:10. How many degrees has the hour hand turned through? Okay, so 12 noon, 4:10 ho gaya hai. So 4 hours mein it would have gone 120 degrees. 10 minutes mein it would have gone 1/6 of an hour. 1 hour mein it goes through 30 degrees. 1/6 of an hour mein it will go through 5 degrees. Yeah, so 125 should be my answer. Let's PM, right? Yeah, noon and PM. There is no funny business, right? So 12 midnight and 4:10 PM karenge so that will be too much, right? Okay. Okay. AB is 2, DE is 8. So 2 is to 8 is the same as 8 is to what? Assuming they are talking about cubes here, yeah. So 2 4s are 8, 8 4 32. The option meaning 8. 2 cube is 8, 8 cube is 512. 64 into 8, 480, 32, 5. Yeah, perfect. Looks fine. Acha, oh, it's the same question now. It seems, yeah. Same one. Yeah, perfect. Great. Chalo. step 2. So 18, 80, 70, 51, 71, 105, 50. Step 3 में 9 हो गया, 8 हो गया. I have another 8 here, right? So this will come here. So step 3 will be 71, 70, 51, 105, 50. I hope I have taken all the numbers. 71, 51, swap ho gaya, right? Everything else is fine. This is step 3. Step 4 may I will have 18, 80, 71, 70 as it is. Now I will have 105 here. And then 51 and then 50. Which is the last step as well, I believe? Yeah, should be the last step. Last position in step 4 is 50. That is the last. Let's find the next number in the series. So 14, sorry, 19, 29, 40, 44, 52. Okay, so 5, 10, 11, 4, 8. Doesn't work, right? So it's a zigzag kind of a series. I would go for sum of digits. Yeah, 14, 1 plus 4, 5, 19 plus 10, 29. Yeah, 11, correct. So this is sum of digits. Next number is 52 plus 7, 59, I believe. So this comes after years of practice. 59. All right, let's see. Okay, something based on binary logic, truth teller and liar. Let me see. Type A, type B, type C. Type A always tell the truth. C always lie, and B are alternators. Alternative truth and lies. Okay, fair enough. So Bholu says Bholu belongs to type A, I belong to type B. Molu says Bholu belongs to type C, I belong to type A. And Golu says Molu belongs to type C, I belong to type B. Okay. Now someone is a liar, let's say for example, or someone is a truth teller. Asha, each belongs to different types. Yeah. So let's say for example, let's say that Molu is a truth teller. Okay. So Bholu, Molu, Golu. Let's say Molu is a truth teller, type A. I'll just write truth here. Then I belong to type A is a true statement. Bholu belongs to type C should also be a true statement. So Bholu should belong to type C. Bholu belongs to type C. Bholu lies. So Bholu belongs to type A is a lie. Fair enough. Golu belongs to type A is again a lie because Golu belongs to type B. So it's consistent in terms of Bholu. So ये हो जाएगा liar. और ये alternator के अंदर क्या होगा? Molu belongs to type C. Now Molu belongs to type C is a lie. I belong to type B. I belong to type B is a truth. So ये lie और truth हो जाएगा. So always tells the truth. Molu तो मेरे को right लग रहा है यहाँ पे. Always says the truth. But there is a cannot be determined as well. So let's see if what happens if someone else is the truth teller. But नहीं हो सकता ना. If Bholu is the truth teller, that's why I took Bholu. If Bholu is the truth teller, then I belong to type B will mean that Bholu is saying that he is an alternator. So Bholu truth teller or alternator नहीं हो सकता. Similarly, Golu cannot be. So Molu has to be the one. I need not even solve this one by the way. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. How many questions are there in this one? Okay, 25 questions. We need to be slightly faster, I think. Okay, the national economy is facing a sharp decline in the manufacturing sector. Reports indicate that numerous factories are shutting down, leading to increased unemployment rates and hampered production of essential goods. So, manufacturing sector there is a problem. Numerous factories are getting shut down. Unemployment has increased because of that, because people are getting laid off, I'm assuming. Hampered production of essential goods. Okay. Employees are agitating for government intervention. The government is under pressure to come up with measures that would revitalize the manufacturing sector and mitigate the rising unemployment crisis. So government is under pressure to come up with this. Yeah. So now what will happen? The government should introduce a stimulus package including tax breaks and low interest loans to the manufacturing sector. Okay, possible. Revitalize the manufacturing sector. This can be done. So one seems to be fine. Launch a nationwide skill development program for the unemployed, focusing on skills that are in demand in other growing sectors. Should be done as well because unemployment crisis hai. So for unemployment crisis, unemployed लोगों को enable करना पड़ेगा. Makes sense. Impose tariffs on imported goods that are directly competing with domestically produced goods to protect the local manufacturing sector. Now this is a contentious one. You might do it. You might not do it. I don't know it makes a lot of sense. But I'm trying to encourage make in the country, right? Instead of encouraging imports, and that's why our manufacturers are not doing well. But the problem is the consumers will face an issue, because if there is no competition, then there will be no increase in quality and all those things. So capitalism at its best. Encourage public-private partnerships for setting up new manufacturing units, offering land at subsidized rates and initial funding. Okay, public-private partnerships to set up new manufacturing units. Now manufacturing sector में decline हो रहा है, factories are shutting down, unemployment rates बढ़ गए हैं. I like 1 and 2 for sure, and because 4 is coming with it in this option, I'll go for 1, 2 and 4. 3 तो I don't think makes sense. 2 भी ठीक है, 2 is also not bad वैसे by the way. Yeah, I think 1 to 4 makes sense. Let's see. I'm never sure about these questions, so whatever it is, it is. In the city of Verlandia, studies have shown that while the consumption of sugar sweetened beverages has significantly increased over the past decade, sugar sweetened beverages, yeah, so basically normal colas, right, has significantly increased over the past decade. The rate of dental cavities has remained surprisingly stable. Which among the following, if true, most helps to explain why the rate of dental cavities has not increased significantly despite the rise in sugar sweetening beverage consumption? Yeah. Water sources have always been rich in natural minerals and are known to strengthen teeth. Okay. Okay, let's see. Over the past decade. So one problem I have with this statement is that if that would have been the issue, then the dental cavities would not have existed at all. So surprisingly stable, matlab, there is still some problem is what I'm assuming. It's not very strong is what I feel. It's a decent statement, right? It's not contradicting what we are saying. So it makes sense as well. Over the past decade, Valentians have adopted the habit of using straws while drinking sugary beverages, which reduces direct contact with the teeth. Yeah, sounds nice. There has been a significant increase in the sales of unsweetened beverages in Verlandia over the past decade. It doesn't matter. Now we are talking only about sugar sweetened beverages. So consumption बढ़ा है तो बढ़ा है. The number of dental clinics and practitioners in Verlandia has doubled in the past 10 years. Dental clinics. But then cavities का rate ही नहीं है. So dental clinics बढ़ के there should not be an issue. So 1 and 2, I believe, make the most sense. Just give me a second. I'll just switch on the charger. Yeah. All right. So 1 and 2 both look fine. I like 2 very much because it avoids contact with teeth, and that's why it's not working. यहाँ पे always been rich in natural minerals will mean that if they strengthen teeth, it's fine, but you can counter it as well, right? It does not explain the sugar sweetened beverage consumption wala bit. It's just a normal statement that is. Okay, I like 2. Let's see. In the town of Rivertown, the local weather forecasting agency conducts annual assessments of its long-term weather predictions. A recent analysis of the data from the past 2 decades revealed that in every year since 2000, the agency's predictions 5 years later were consistently inaccurate, often underestimating the severity of weather events. That's what we have. However, the agency's short-term weather forecasts for the previous year were found to be highly accurate. Okay, so short-term is very good. Long-term, they're not able to do well, right? So that is basically an issue, it seems. So let's see what happens. Which of the following claims is most strongly supported by the statements given? Statements given, right? So short term uska better hai, long term mein there is an issue. Okay. Riverton experience increasingly unpredictable weather patterns over the past 2 decades. Okay, but let's see. Relies on advanced technology to make long-term weather predictions. Doesn't make sense. Short term, they are more accurate, right? The agency's annual weather assessments primarily serve as basis for issuing warnings and alerts to the public. It doesn't matter. It's not a claim, right? As such. Short-term forecasts are considered used to the public and are widely used for planning outdoor activities. Okay, I'm not sure of this one. Following claims is most strongly supported. I like the first one because it seems to be in line with what the paragraph is trying to say. What question number is 18, right? We have a lot to do. I think we are falling behind on time. Weather forecasting relies on advanced technology to make long-term weather predictions. Not really. I don't think that is the problem, right? Annual weather assessments primarily serve as basis for issuing warnings and alerts to the public. I'm not sure of this one. This one I'm definitely not sure. It's the Healthy Life Initiative. I think I'll go for something else. I'm kind of getting stuck in these questions. Courses of action. This one is fine. All lint are Twix. Okay. Not a good question to have when you are hungry. So all lint are Twix. All Twix are Hershey's. Yeah. So LTH is what? All lint are both the given statements, right? Okay, let's see. There is some contention. Let's see. All lint are Hershey's. Yes. So one is definitely true. All Hershey's may be Twix. Again, two follows. So both one and two follow. Maybe है ना तो maybe के अंदर all Hershey's could be Twix. But then that follow from both the given statements. I think sometimes people consider two as following. Sometimes people say that all Twix are Hershey's से ही मिल जाता. So second statement does not use both these statements. So I'll go for only one follows. So let me go on a hunch here. I will say only one follows. Two does not follow from both the given statements. So in CET, it is generally explicitly mentioned that it has to follow from at least two statements. But यहाँ पे वो दिया नहीं है, but I'll just go with that logic. Only assumption one is implicit. Only assumption two is implicit. Again, we have assumption question. I don't really like these ones. Okay. Statement one: there has been a significant increase in the sales of H shampoo in state A after the new print advertisement was launched. Okay. Sales of H shampoo downward trend from new print advertisement was launched. Appropriate response: the print advertisement campaign should continue in state B. Can't say. Print advertisement should be permanently stopped in state B. Can't say. We have to just look at what is happening, right? The company hired for creating the said campaign should be fired. New print advertisement campaign should be suspended in state B. So I would want to suspend the campaign because all print advertisement campaigns, I don't think so. Should permanently stop, so nahi bol sakte. We will have to look at it, right? It might be hurting some sentiments. It might not really be in the local language. Could be anything. Okay. Paranormal, mystical, spiritual, devotional, corporeal. Corporeal is something related to the body, so I don't think it's spiritual. Non-sequitur is something else. Something is something else itself. Spiritual, devotional, I still like it. Somatic is again related to the body, right? Soma is body. Corpore is body. Might well go with devotion. Let's see. Acha, one is a consequence of two is a consequence of one, not related, another. Okay. The Indian trade policies are not at par with the international trade policies requirements. It is an undeniable truth that trading in the international sphere calls for more time and energy. I don't know. Two is a consequence of one because policies are not great. That's why it calls for more time and energy. So two is a consequence of one. I think B is the one. So let's see what happened here. 5 questions we haven't done, right? Okay, we have. I'll go for verbal first. Until the cows come home. Okay. Time goes very fast. A lost opportunity तो नहीं बोल सकते. I think for a long time. Earlier than the deadline. Until the cows come home, मतलब cows पूरा काम खत्म करके after grazing and everything they come home. I might be absolutely wrong about this, but I will go for a long time. Let's see. I told her indirect speech करना. Okay. I told her when you visit New York next summer, make sure to see the Broadway shows. Okay. I told her that when she would visit. Okay. I told her that she will visit New York next summer and nahi. So fourth is definitely out. I told her when she visits New York next summer. Doesn't sound right, right? I told her when she visits nahi. I don't like one as well, but I told her that when she visited or when she would visit New York the next summer, she should, right? Would, should, वो वाला part आता है. I tell her तो नहीं आएगा. I tell her तो नहीं है. I told her already. Fourth is also wrong. Second is also wrong. I told her when she visits New York next summer to see the Broadway shows. I will go for one. Not very happy with this. The picture in the magazine shouted for attention is a dash. The picture in the magazine shouted for attention. Personification, I believe, yeah. And oh Rose, how sweet you smell and how bright you look. Okay, I am not very good with parts of figures of speech. Sorry. Synecdoche, all hands on deck kind of a thing. I believe that is what is a synecdoche. All hands on deck, right? How sweet you smell, how bright you look. cliche, huh? Shouted for attention. In a picture, it's definitely personification, I believe. Even the second one, I'll go for apostrophe. Let's see. I don't know. I'm very uncertain about this one. Synecdoche तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Synecdoche is part for a whole. That is what I believe is synecdoche. Again, on my very limited knowledge and decent memory. Yeah, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Meaning of the given proverb. You cannot get a lunch without paying for it. It's not literal. Everything has a hidden cost or consequence. Yes, seems like it. Only lunches तो नहीं है, ये सब तो नहीं बोल सकते. All situations have avoidable negative नहीं बोल सकते. I think this is one. Identify the assertive sentence. How marvelous is it that Chandrayaan 3 has landed on the moon? Are you planning to attend the international conference next one? Not really. The art exhibition will take place in the community hall. Make sure to submit your assignment by tomorrow evening, please. Okay. Will take place in the community hall is not an assertive statement, I believe. This I think is assertive because you are asserting something. Make sure that is an assertion. Let's see. Read the portion of the poem, one art by Elizabeth Bishop, and answer the question given below. Okay, which are the following close to meaning the poet is okay. Line 1. The art of losing isn't hard to master. So many things seemed filled with the intent to be lost that their loss is no disaster. Okay, so people find it very easy to lose things. Mastering loss is not that difficult. Losing things intentionally is difficult. नहीं ये तो नहीं है. Loss is an inevitable part of life. Sounds the best. A person experiencing loss doesn't suffer. No. Fourth is also wrong. I think mastering loss is not difficult. It's too literal. Loss is inevitable part of life is what I will say. Yeah, I think I'll go for this. Let's see. Not sure. Shamita and her team have been sitting in the conference room since 2:30. I think humans are capable of coordinating on a global scale using fine-grained data on individual behavior to design dash and adaptable social systems. Tedious, negative word. Robust, I think is fine. Torpid, I don't know what it is. Amateur is again a negative context. So I think robust and adaptable hona chahiye. I haven't seen John lately, quietly, easily, suddenly, lately. With a prefix, outdoors, misplace, colorful, understand. Understand to nahi hai, colorful nahi hai, misplace or outdoors. Misplace, I believe, right? Outdoors bhi ho sakta hai prefix, outdoors. Or outdoors is a word, misplace. I think it's misplaced. Let's see. I'm not sure of this. Identify the compound word. Abdicate, abridge, afternoon, absolve. Afternoon, after and noon. Ratna took to the stage as though she had been preparing for this moment all her life. Ratna took to the stage. Okay, definitely not noun. Definitely not interjection. Ratna took to the stage as though is not an adverb. It's not. It can be right. Took as though. And they're explaining the took. Conjunction can be possible because Ratna took to the stage can be one statement as though she had been preparing for this moment all her life. Now, Ratna took to the stage standalone. Is it a statement or not? That's my question. How did she take to the stage? As though she had been preparing for the entire life. Not sure. Adverbial phrase. Let's see. Raman sort of felt betrayed by his life. How did he felt betrayed by his life? Sort of. Not a conjunction, not a noun. Interjection नहीं होना adverb, I think. Again, adverb. I don't know if there could be two adverbs. A dash of prose. Okay, anthology of prose. Reel of prose तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Bevy नहीं होना चाहिए. Bevy, I'm not sure. Bevy is some ships or something, right? I'm not very sure. Colony of what? Ants and stuff, right? Colony of prose तो नहीं होता. Anthology होना चाहिए, I guess. Anthology is different stories that are just mixed together. Which of the following will be the third statement of the sequence? Okay, let's see. First one, that phrenology as it become was built. So that phrenology, so A cannot be my starter. B, everything you need to know about someone else's character, he argued. So he cannot be the first one. C, C looks like a first statement. Yeah, C I think is a good beginner. So definitely C is not my answer. Okay, C is not my answer. placed a formidable thumb on the scales of the nature versus nurture debate when he proposed a simple and, as we now know, false solution to the age-old conundrum. What false thing did he? Acha, he argued this. So I think CB looks nice. Okay, something happened. CB. Everything you need to know about someone's character, he argued, could be predicted by the shape of different brain regions and by extension contours of their head. That phrenology as it became known. So I think A, C, B, A, D. So still it caught on to the public consciousness. So I think A should be my third statement. Let's see. Oh, that's it. Okay, I didn't see any reading comprehension as such, but I'm happy about it. I'm very happy. That gives us time to do these 5 questions. So let's see. Let's start with these ones. I'm not very confident about the assumption inference wala part that I'll do at the end. I'll mark something. Let's see. 5 boys, 5 girls are in the class of participate annual sports day. The name of the boys are A, B, C, D, E. Girls are L, M, N, P, S. Thank God. All boys are standing in a straight line facing the same direction as Sri Lanka is to India. South of, yeah, for south. So, south, north. So these are boys, these are. Okay. As Punjab is to Haryana. Don't know. Punjab is, I think, to the north of Haryana. Northeast. I don't know. Northwest, sorry. I hope, I think it's northwest. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this. Let's distance between two neighboring boys, same as the distance two neighboring girls. Okay, fair enough. Between Amar and Leena is maximum. Bharat and Pratima is minimum. So Bharat and Pratima should be facing each other. Let's see. Deepak and Manisha are at the center of their respective lines. So Deepak should be here. Manisha should be here. So Amar and Leena, sorry, Bharat and Pratima are minimum, so they should be adjacent to each other. Bharat Pratima ऐसे कुछ होना चाहिए. Or they should be in front of each other. Yeah, Bharat Pratima should be opposite to each other. Chetan and Sharayu is the same as Eknath and Neeta. Chetan and Sharayu. Amar and Leena is the maximum. Okay, let's see. Amar and Leena is the maximum. Bharat and Pratima is the minimum. Doesn't matter. Chetan and Sharayu is the same as Eknath and Neeta. So Chetan cannot be here. Chetan, Sharayu, Eknath, Neeta is possible. Chetan, Sharayu, yeah, and Eknath, Neeta. This is possible. And Bharat and Pratima is minimum. But Bharat Pratima minimum nahi hoga in that case, right? Chetan and Sharayu is the same as nahi. Okay. So what about this one? Chetan and Sharayu being here, let's say for example, Chetan and Sharayu. Bharat and Pratima is the minimum. Nahi, something is off. Then maybe this is right and minimum matlab kuch bhi ho sakta hai, that I don't know then. Bharat and Pratima is the minimum, right? So Sharayu यहाँ पे अगर है तो Bharat Pratima will be something like this. Maybe like this. Not sure. Is there an option which says only Sharayu? Yeah, it says only Sharayu. Manisha and Leena, right? Even if Amar and Leena would have been here, then this might have been true. I don't know. I'll go for this. Let's see. Don't have a lot of time left. Okay, let's see. 8 friends. K, S, M, S, A, G, N. Okay. 4 twin siblings, circular table, all facing inwards. Chalo, nice. Only Kailash sits between Sachin and Archana. So Sachin, Archana, Kailash. Anil and Archana are siblings. So Archana and Anil, I think, will sit opposite to each other. We had read this, right? Siblings are opposite. So Anil will sit here. Anil and Archana are siblings. So are Neha and Gaurav. So Neha and Gaurav should occupy ये वाली चीज. So Neha slash Gaurav, and Manoj sits to the immediate right of Sudhakar. So Sudhakar is here, Manoj will be here, immediate right of Sudhakar. Okay. So क्या context इसका होगा? That's it. If Gaurav is equidistant from both Kailash and Manoj, so Kailash and Manoj, so Gaurav is anyway equidistant. Then whose sibling is Sachin? Sachin is Sudhakar ka sibling. It doesn't matter what these statements is. Okay, let's see. 3 questions, 3 minutes. Okay. The Healthy Life Initiative group announced during its annual meeting that it will push for organic farming practices and reduce pesticide use in the region. The group believes that this approach will attract the support of health conscious and young parents in the community. Okay. Makes sense. Or second one, because pesticide को reduce करने का they are saying they will push. All communities advocate for organic farming practice in the region. Organic farming कहाँ पे है? It will push for organic farming and reduce pesticide, attract the support of health conscious and young parents in the community. So all communities तो नहीं आएगा ना. We are only talking about health conscious and young parents. I'll go for only 2. So only 2 is implicit, is what I believe. I will be surprised if 1 and 2 are both there, but we never know. Okay. Next is 20 and 22. 20. National Committee क्या करना है इसमें? Probable courses of action. Okay. National Committee for Conservation may well turn out to be the greatest hidden challenge of our generation. National Committee may well turn out to be the greatest hidden challenge of our generation. Should expand. Ocean warming may well. Oh, sorry. Ocean warming may well turn out to be the greatest hidden challenge of our generation. Ocean warming. Should expand marine protected areas while commercial fishing and any new mining is banned. This I don't know. You can't directly say that usko ban kar denge. And if that is the case, so one I will not go for. It's too extreme. The government should sign the Paris Agreement that will effectively cut greenhouse gas emissions and prevent a global temperature increase. I'll maybe go for 2, but then 2 में agreement sign करके कुछ नहीं होता ना. That is my problem. But then they are saying effectively cut greenhouse and ठीक है. I'll go for only 2. I'm not sure of this. Let's see. Last question देखते हैं. Technology is the need of the hour, and the Indian Defence Forces need to understand this fact. Assumption: Indian have been crippled by obsolete planes and equipment. Are technologically behind the contempt. So option only 2 is definitely, assumption 2 is definitely implicit in this statement. We need to understand means that we don't really have an understanding, right? Have been crippled by obsolete planes and equipment. ये तो मतलब थोड़ा far-fetched हो गया. We're not talking about obsolete planes and equipment. We're talking about technology purely. That should be it. ठीक है. Anything that I want to see until the cows come home. Time goes very fast तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Lost opportunity नहीं लग रहा मेरे को. I think this is fine. This I'm not very sure about. Let's see. This was apostrophe is let's see. This is fine. This is again a guess. This is fine. I think this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Seems fine. Looks fine. As though. I'm tempted to go for conjunction as well. नहीं ठीक है. Let's keep it as adverb. Let's see what happens. ठीक है. So I think we are done. Yeah. So let's see what happens. I think it was a decent attempt. I think it was a very fast solve that I did. Quant, I hope I have not made any mistakes in quant. I will be very sad if I made a lot of mistakes in quant. 1 or 2 mistakes I think is okay, but otherwise we are fine. So 52.5 is what we did, and yeah, quant everything was right. I don't know what this is. This is some window that has suddenly cropped up. I don't know what window is this. Okay, I'm not sure of this. Okay. I'll just stop sharing and share again. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Let me see what this window is. Not sure of this. I don't know what this is, but it is what it is. Share screen. I'll share my screen. It doesn't matter. All right, fair enough. Let's see. Let's bear this thing for a while. I hope it's not on my screen. Yeah, so 52.5 is what happened. 100% ticket doesn't matter. But I'll see what went wrong. So 7.5 marks are out. So 1.25 na, per incorrect answer. So six mistakes in total. Yeah, I'll just bring it back to normal. Otherwise, yeah. So this is what it should look like. So 2 mistakes in verbal, 4 mistakes in reasoning. I am pretty sure I messed up nicely that bit of assumptions, inferences, conclusions, course of action. I don't particularly like those questions. Quant, I'm very happy that we did those 20 questions, got those 20 marks. So fair enough. So what I had mentioned at the beginning, 30 odd minutes for analytical, logical reasoning, 25 questions. So as I mentioned, 10 questions will mostly be manageable. So 10 questions will take somewhere around 7-8 minutes, and the remaining 15 questions will take 1.5-ish minutes, so 22.5-ish minutes there. So 30 odd minutes is what I planned for. 32, slightly on the higher side, but again, the situation was such that verbal got done very quickly, right? So verbal I had accounted for 10 minutes, but we got done in 8 minutes. So we invested those extra 1.5, 145 in ALR. Quant data interpretation, data sufficiency ke andar, again we started with QADI and we were very quick throughout, right? So there was no hiccup whatsoever. Maybe one question was there that we thought was slightly difficult, but otherwise we were particularly fast throughout the section. So let's see what the solutions look like and what we can analyze from this test. I'm sure I might have made 1 or 2 silly mistakes here and there, but add mat, right? Yeah. So add mat and snap 101, right? So we'll just review this and we will see what happens. Okay. So cows come home was fine. I was very happy. Okay, assertive sentence was wrong. My second guess should have been this. The art exhibition will take place because that was an assertion. I'm telling you that this is the answer. Yeah, that should have been this. I think the please would have tilted the this thing, right? A command or a request. Assertive statement basically tells you that something is there. Interrogative and exclamatory. Yeah. Oh, I missed these ones. Out of touch, of course. One more that I missed. Ratna took to the stage as though she had been preparing for the movement her entire life. Conjunction, I believe, is the answer. Yeah. So I should have thought of it. I should have not gone for 2 adverbs, but then again, doesn't matter, right? This was definitely an adverb. I should have stuck to my instinct and said that okay, two adverbs can't be together. But then again, hindsight is 2020, right? You can think as much as you like to, and it's fine. 20th I missed. This was one of the last questions that I had marked. Second, okay, this was off, but I think the question also seemed slightly off. It didn't seem off, but I made a mistake somewhere. Let's see. So we are acha. Oh, this should have been it, right? I did not think about it at all. Punjab is to Haryana, so Punjab is to the west of Haryana as well. Pratima and Bharat is minimum. Yeah. So I missed this. This was a very silly miss. But then Punjab to Haryana and all, I was not very comfortable. I understood that it's northeast kind of a thing, but I'm still not very confident. But okay, so I understand. I was thinking northwest for some reason, but I think it is what it is. It must be like this. I imagine it to be like this. Doesn't matter. 20th question. Course of action should expand marine. So I think this was again one that was mentioned. And second kya tha? Should sign. So again, I think it should have been none of the options. Honestly speaking, because agreement sign karke kuch nahi hoga. That was my logic. So both 1 and 2 is what they are saying. Fair enough. Doesn't matter. Both of them is fine. Why I went to only 2 was will effectively cut. So there is a very solid belief that if we do this, it will effectively cut greenhouse gas emissions. And that's why I went for course 2 for sure. So that effectively bit told me that course 2 should be there. 1 is banned. I think it's slightly, I think it's a very extreme take, honestly. But fair enough. They can ban. If it's that desperate, then you need to ban, right? So that's how it goes. So I don't disagree. This one, as I said, both follow, but I went for this one. All linked are Hershey's because 2 follows from only one statement. That's why I went for it. I think the answer is both 1 and 2 follow. In a parallel universe, I would have got it right. Fair enough. Doesn't matter. ये वाला क्या था? Indian trade policies are not at par, and it's an undeniable truth that trading calls for more time and energy. Not sure. So maybe they are not related. I think that is the answer. C. Yeah, they are not related. So statement 1 is about Indian trade policies and statement 2 is a generalization. Hence the correct answer. Fair enough. I agree with the solution. I'm not disagreeing with the solution. Okay. Quant mostly we got everything right. So let's see what is the amount of time that we took and what exactly did we do. I think I have inadvertently increased the resolution of my webcam. Just give me a second. I'll try to reduce it. I don't know how to reduce it. Yeah. Okay, this is fine. Fine. So this is what it looked like. I'll just keep it here. So if you look at the first question, 115, this was, I was slightly rusty. I was not sure 3.2 is the first answer that I want to mark in a test. But then it made sense, right? 15.6, the reasoning was solid. I'm very proud of getting this answer right at the very beginning of the section. Yeah, that was basically what it looked like. I didn't go for this cost and everything. I didn't go for. I just went for unit method. So 15 or 15.6, I think that made a lot of sense. But 115 is a good amount of time. First question, it's fine. 508. I came back to this question, then I marked this. My first instinct was all of this. So yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I did at the end. I just substituted 1, 2, 3, 4, and it made sense. And that is what needed to be done. So at least my method was fine. But I had a very strong suspicion that n square should be the key, right? So because the second level of second degree of difference, if second level of difference rather is in the form of a constant term. So first level is an AP, second level should have been a constant term, right? Then your expression or your series will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c for the xth term, or an square plus bn plus c for the nth term. So as long as there was an n square in the mix, I thought that everything was possible, and that's why I was always keen on going for all of these. But once I did this exercise, I think it was, so I'm okay with this one. This was again very painstakingly I marked this, because again one of the first few questions, I think that was the second question that we did, and I was very scared of marking none of these, but I was getting 102 something, and it was not consistent with anything. 103920, yeah. So 103920000. That was what I think we got as well. So it was 1.7 into 6. So it had to be 102 kind of a thing, and none of them were close. So that's why I was okay marking it. 35 seconds. Again, this is something that comes with practice. So I know that the negative remainder is 1, -1 is the remainder. So that's why we went for 2, 3, 4, 5 LCM -1. It's a very common question that you get. This one again we calculated very quickly. I went for negation. The other way would have been white, 1 white, 1 black, 1 black, 1 yellow, 1 white, 1 yellow. So 6 5s are 30, 4 5s are 20. So 30 plus 20 is 50, plus 24 is 74, and 2 white, 1 black, 2 white, 1 yellow. That's why I went for not all of them are of the same color, meaning the negation is all of them are of the same color. And that's why we could take those three cases and figure it out. But manageable question, easy question. 37 seconds is very good. This one was very nice. It simple question tha, but there was some calculation involved. So weekday weekend ka thoda hota. This I think was a miss. They should have been degrees. Yeah, so 72 degrees hai wo. Acha, in degrees. Oh, okay, understood. So I misread this degrees to mean that it's a degree in finance, degree in general management, and so on. So that was a miss on my end. But I think the second question told me that degrees was where we had to think, and that's why we got it. So fine. I missed this one. In degrees, so I thought it's a business degree is what I kept on thinking. So slightly bad. This was very easy question. 30 seconds is fine. 38 seconds, this was again fine, especially after the CAT solutions that are there. So in fact, we have recorded CAT solutions. They should be live at some point in time, maybe by tomorrow or day after. Some of the slot solutions should be live. And slot 3 people would have seen a very horrendous logarithm based question. So this was cakewalk after that. So I happily solved this one, right? This was very easy. 1/8 of 112, 96, 6s of 576. We managed it fine. 22 seconds. I think this was one of the quickest questions that we solved. This was again manageable. We used allegations and we figured it out. So easy tha. This was again slightly tricky, but manageable. You should know that sum of exterior angles of any polygon will be 360, right? So that is what we know. Convex polygons. Yeah. So that is always 360. That's what we know. This was manageable. Again, slightly iffy tha, but we managed it fine. This was very easy. This was again fine, but that 1/4 I got slightly confused because of that 12 and 36, right? So 1 to 12, all 1 was not there. I took 1 as well. It should be 2 to 12. That was what I was confused about. 1 kahan se aa gaya karke? But then again, 2 to 12, all possibilities exist. So 1/4 is the answer. Fair enough. This was easy, very easy. 18 seconds. This was the quickest I believe. इसमें थोड़ा equation करके करना था, but 1 minute is fine. 27 seconds. This was the shortcut. So here, this is what the long cut is. The shortcut is what I had mentioned. So if you have something which is a by b of the distance, then b plus a upon b minus a into the distance, the height from which it falls. That should be your answer. So 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1, 4 by 2 into 18. So 36 would have been the answer. So that was a shortcut. But for those of you who don't know it, this is the longer method. It's fine. This was a very easy question. Again, from CAT 23, slot 3. It was a horrendous question that was there. I got slightly scared looking at this, but otherwise it was fine. Okay. Verbal ke andar we saw most of it. Most of it was good. So yeah, this one that was an apostrophe. I took a punt there. Apostrophe tha. Synecdoche is part for a whole. So all hands on deck. So it's not hands. Everybody has to be on deck. That is what it means, right? But all hands on deck will mean that we are assigning a part to a whole. So, and I don't know if it's pronounced synecdoche or synecdoche or whatever. Yeah, personification, apostrophe is fine. Fourth is fine. Fourth, I was confident about. 5, 6, yeah, it had to be a deeper meaning, right? This was fine. 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 I was okay with this. This I already discussed. Sort of betrayed. How betrayed? Sort of betrayed. Anthology of Rose. Baby, I think is Baby of Ladies. Okay. Colony of Badgers. Deal of Film. Okay. I just knew what anthology was, and that's why I got the answer. The other three I was not very sure of. Baby of Ships, I thought for some reason. I don't think baby has got anything to do with ships. And 15th was right. Yeah. So the thing that I said was CABD. CBAD. Yeah. CBAD was what I thought. Yeah. CBAD. Right. So that was fine. So overall, see, it's not a very difficult test, to be very honest. It's a very manageable test that you have. You just have to ensure that you are always moving in terms of the timer, right? You can't get stuck and you can't start thinking about what you should have done and which question to attempt and what to do now. So those decisions have to be made before the test, more or less. Especially in speed tests, it's very critical that you make those decisions beforehand. So as soon as I saw a question that involved arrangements, 8 people sitting in a circle, twins, and all those things involved, although it was an easy question, I just let go of it without even reading it properly. Right? Similarly, the arrangement question, the north and the west question, I let go of that question even without reading because I knew that it would take time. One thing that I might have mentioned when I was solving is I went to the next question and saw if there were multiple questions in that particular set, but there weren't, and so that's why I was not very keen on doing that. So that was more or less what we did. In terms of logical reasoning and the series based sequential output based questions, you need to have a good hold on the various basic logic that can appear. So one logic was sum of digits, right? Now if you have never seen sum of digits in your life, it will be very difficult for you to believe that okay, this is a logic that can exist. The prime numbers one, right? So everything is built into your muscle memory, more or less. So overall it was not very difficult. From what I had read about last year's snap, I think it was more or less along the same lines. The actual snap might have been maybe 1 or 2 questions difficult than this, but otherwise I think it was a fine test. On another day, I might have gone down till 47.5, 45ish as well, which was again a fine score. But then again, these kind of things might happen. So instead of 6 answers incorrect, if I get 8 answers incorrect, I'm directly down to 50, I believe, right? So that is, it's a game of fine margins. 1.25 is what you lose for every answer that gets converted from correct to incorrect. I forgot to tell one thing when I was solving the test. So there were 7 questions left, I believe, towards the end. I was not very certain about those 7 questions, but 7 questions were left, right? So at that point in time, I told myself this one small thing, that 53 questions we had solved, 7 questions were left. 53 may say I was almost certain of getting 48, 49 for sure, right? I know that my cutoff is going to be somewhere between 42 to 44 marks. 45 would be an incredible score. I'm already at 49 marks, right? What if I get 7 answers incorrect? Even if I get all 7 answers incorrect, I am still getting a negative of minus 1.75. तो 49 पे से मेरा स्कोर गिर के नीचे चला जाएगा 47 तक, 46 तक चला जाएगा, right? Even that is a safe score. But 7 answers I can't get wrong. That much I back myself. Out of 7, even if I get 1 or 2 right, I'm still in the positive, na? So for every correct answer that you're going to mark, you can afford to get 4 incorrect answers. So 7 में से 2 आंसर भी correct कर दिए, you are in the positive. And that's why I went for the 7 questions aggressive. So if you are in that situation wherein you are expecting comfortably more than 45 marks, which you believe is going to be the cutoff for SNAP. Again, I'm not saying go with that mindset, but let's say, for example, during the test, you realize the 45 should be good enough in this test. Okay? And you already attempted 50 questions. And you know that 50 में से 45 आ जाएंगे कल. What is the harm in attempting those remaining 10 questions? Let's say you get everything wrong. क्या होगा? 2.5 minus हो जाएगा ना. So 45 में से you will reach 42.5, which you think will be a safe score. Let's say, for example, right? अगर वो है तो then attempt those 10 questions. If you are 50-50, attempt those 10 questions. Even if you get 2 correct and 8 wrong, you are still net zero. If you get 3 correct and 7 wrong, you are in the positive. If you get 5 correct, 5 wrong, you have hit a jack. Right? So those kind of decisions you can make during the test. Again, I'm not advising everybody to mark everything and come back. नहीं तो कल को you will get 30 correct, 30 wrong. You will say कि मैंने बोला करके वो हुआ. वो मत करना. Please don't do that. But take an informed guess. Take what informed risks, educated risks, and you should be fine, right? So on that note, I think we'll close this session. I hope you realized what is the importance of speed in this particular test. I'm generally very good at speed tests. I'm not to boast or anything, but I'm at home when it comes to speed tests. I solve quant much quickly than an average aspirant. That much I know for sure. So if I finish the quant section in whatever 20 minutes today, I know that people would have taken 25 to 26 minutes to solve that. Those extra 6 minutes that I got, I spent in the logical reasoning section, and I got another 5-6 questions over the other aspirant, and that's why I got those 5-6 marks extra, right? So I'm sure a normal aspirant would have got 45-47, not a normal aspirant, average aspirant would have been able to get a 40 to 45 kind of a score. The way I solved one, that's why I was able to boost it by another 5, 6, 7 marks, right? So that is the difference at the end. Otherwise, the basics remain the same. There is not much that is different as such. In terms of what you need to do, what you can do is you can have a look at Prasad sir's session on how to crack SNAP. It's a nice session. Have a look at last year's analysis. So my only preparation for today's test, I'll be very honest with you, was looking at Girish sir's analysis from last year's SNAP. So I just had a look at it. He mentioned about what all question types were there, what was the breakup of the questions, how much time should have been spent on a particular section. So that's what I saw. And while coming back from office, I just looked at these two videos. I looked at Prasad sir's video on how to crack SNAP. I just looked at Girish sir's video on last year's analysis. These were the only two things that I did before I came and sat for the session today. Otherwise, I had a very eventful day today. So I did not really get a lot of time to think and introspect about what am I going to do today. So that was basically what I did, right? So that is good enough. Look at that. Solve all these mocks that you have. So you have 10 mocks here that are on your portal. Make sure that you have solved each and every one of them. It does not take a lot of effort. It's not tiring at all. It's fun and games. 60 minutes tests are like really fun. So do those and have a solution or a path to solution for each and every question that you come across. So whenever you come across a question like that at the actual SNAP, make sure that you have a way in mind to solve that particular question, right? Otherwise, no surprises as such. Everything is fine. So make sure that you prepare well for your first. Anyone who's taking it in the first window, 10. Make sure that you are well prepared, well rested before the test. If you have taken the CAT, do not look at the percentile predictors except of IMS. Just look at it and keep it away, because that will help us build data for the upcoming year and for the actual percentiles as well. But otherwise, don't spend a lot of time discussing or thinking about what would have went right or wrong at the CAT. That's the past now. Think about what is going to happen in the future. And those of you are planning to take it on the 17th or the 22nd, you have a lot of time on hand because you have 10 days. Maybe you can take a mock every day or at least every alternate day, and you should be good to go. Right. So on that note, I'll close the session. Thank you everyone for attending this live solving. I had a lot of fun solving this. We'll be doing a ZAT live solving 10 days from now, I believe. So stay tuned for that one as well. That is going to be much more intense, I believe. And maybe that will help you prepare well for the ZAT as well. There are a lot of things coming up on YouTube. So we have ZAT sessions that we have planned for, wherein we'll be solving actual past ZAT questions. So that will be there. Best of ZAT will also be there. That will be coming up. And SNAP analysis will be there. We have already launched our GDPI program. So have a look at those programs as well. Officially, I'll be communicating the GDPI launch on Friday. So stay tuned for that as well. And yeah, there are a lot of things in the pipeline. The season has just started. So make sure you enjoy the season and you do well throughout the entire season, the entirety of the next 3-4 months that are there. So all the best with that. And I'll see you again in another session some other day. If you have any doubts, anything you want to discuss about this test, feel free to comment in the comment section below. We'll be more than happy to reply to your queries. And yeah, on that note, we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope it was useful, and all the best with your preparation.